Hallo liebe Freunde and welcome back to Get Germanized. Ich bin Dominik aka Meister Lenz and today we're diving into a topic that's gonna make your next Germany trip a lot smoother. German etiquette.
All on board, what should I do?
Ich weiß.
The essential do's and don'ts you need to know before visiting. Whether it's a quick reading, understanding German public behavior, or navigating German business etiquette, I'm here to guide you on what to do and what to avoid to help you fit right in. Let's get started. Lasst uns anfangen. First things first. Greetings. In Germany, greetings are usually formal. A firm handshake with eye contact is key, especially when meeting someone for the first time or in a business setting. A weak handshake can come across as disinterested or impolite. Do offer a firm handshake and a smile with eye contact. Don't go in for a hug or a kiss on the cheek unless you're family or very close friends, as Germans generally value personal space. Of course, this varies from person to person, so make sure to use your common sense. Germans tend to keep a little bit of distance, so try not to stand too close when talking. About an arm's length is probably a good rule of thumb. Viel zu spät. One of the most important parts of German etiquette is punctuality. Germans generally take being on time very seriously, and being too late can be considered disrespectful, especially in business or formal situations. Even for social gatherings, try to be on time or even a little early. Do arrive on time, whether it's a social event, a dinner or meeting. Don't show up significantly late without informing someone. If you're running behind, let them know as soon as possible. Think of punctuality as a sign of respect for the other person's time. It's one of those small details that makes a big impression. Now let's talk about dining etiquette. Germans typically eat with a knife in the right hand and a fork in the left without switching hands. Try to keep both utensils in your hands during the meal. This can of course vary from person to person and from setting to setting. More formal setting, try this. Before you start eating, wait until everyone is served and someone says Guten Appetit, basically enjoy your meal. It's a simple gesture that shows respect. Toast carefully. When toasting, look everyone directly in the eyes. It's a sign of sincerity and respect. And now a little bit about paying the bill. Well, when you're out in a group, do not expect the bill to be split evenly. Germans often go Dutch, meaning everyone pays what they ordered and it's done separately. Simply say getrennt bitte, separately please, to the waiter if you want to pay your part. This little custom shows respect for the other people that you're with, because sometimes someone ordered a lot and other people then have to pay for it if you split it evenly, and we usually don't do that. Beautiful here, isn't it? In Germany, there are certain unspoken rules when it comes to public behavior. Here's what you gotta keep in mind. Respect the quiet hours. In many residential areas, the Ruhezeiten range from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., as well as midday quiet times in some neighborhoods. Be mindful of loud activities during these times, as it's both a legal and social expectation. On public transportation. When using trains, trams or buses, keep conversation low and avoid using speakerphone. People usually appreciate a peaceful ride, so try not to disturb others. Parks and public places. Germans highly value cleanliness, especially in parks. Always take your trash with you and use the provided bins. Littering is highly frowned upon and maintaining cleanliness is a shared responsibility in Germany. The takeaway for you here is respect. Respect for shared spaces and people in general. It's just an easy way to fit in and to show appreciation for their way of life. Recycling and trash separation. Where does this go? I don't know. One of the biggest cultural differences you might notice in Germany is the emphasis on recycling. Germans separate their trash bins into specific categories and they take it seriously, trust me. There are separate bins for plastic, paper, glass, bio-waste and general waste. Public bins are often also labeled, so make sure to follow the guidelines. Even batteries often have their own special bin. Not every household necessarily has them, but they have so-called Sammelstellen, collecting areas where you can bring them to. Also, many glass and plastic bottles have a little thing called Pfand, where you can return the bottle and get a little refund on your price paid. You can usually bring them back to the store where there are machines for recycling these items. And again, it's not just about recycling, it's about respect again, but this time for the environment. Germans often see it as everyone's responsibility to take part in sustainability efforts. Showing that you're mindful of this will be much appreciated by most. Now let's talk about business etiquette. If you are in Germany for business, there are a few extra etiquette rules to keep in mind to make a positive impression. Titles and formality. Germans are often formal in business, so make sure to use titles like Herr, Mr. or Frau, Mrs. and the last name in addition to that. Unless, of course, they invite you to use their first name. This shows respect and professionalism. Direct communication. Germans appreciate direct and straightforward communication, especially in business. Be clear, concise, and don't be afraid to get to the point. The dress code. Business attire in Germany tends to be conservative and polished. Whether it's a suit or business casual attire, dressing appropriately shows that you take the meeting seriously. By following these rules, you'll be seen as someone who understands and respects German business culture. By that way, making a great impression in any professional setting. Now let's talk about some miscellaneous do's and don'ts. Here are a few extra tips to keep in mind as you explore Germany. Do return the shopping cart after you're finished, because you usually have put in a little coin beforehand and you get that refunded when you bring them back. Don't jaywalk. Germans tend to follow traffic signs closely. Jaywalking is not just frowned upon, but can also result in a fine. Do be mindful of personal space in lines. Queue etiquette is real and people value patience and order. So there you have it. These are some essential do's and don'ts of German etiquette to help you fit in. By keeping these in mind, you'll make a great impression, whether you're here on business, pleasure, or a bit of both. Have you experienced any of these etiquette rules before, or is there something that surprised you? What's missing from this list? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the bell, follow all the good stuff. Everything you haven't done yet, now is the time, now is the chance. Also appreciated by me is if you check out my patreon.com/getgermanized page, where you can support this channel directly, financially directly, to help it survive, to help it thrive. That's what it's all about. Thank you if you do that. If you're already doing that, thank you very much. Highly appreciated. You are the Get Germanized elite. Truly, you are. Anyway, apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.
We got the Autobahn speeding through the night. From Berlin to Bavaria, everything's just right. I'm with Dominic guiding, we're learning all we can. From culture to language, join the Germ fam. Cause Get Germanized, it's more than a vibe. Learning Deutsch, feeling so alive. I'm from castles to Oktoberfest, we dive into Germany's heart, we thrive.